Hi, fellow starseeds, lightworkers, sensitive souls, change makers, way showers, whatever you identify with, but who are on the awakening journey and going through this bumpy ride with me, going through the waves, the storms, the tides. So I wanted to bring more videos to you, but I've just been going through, I think, like many of you, I've heard many of you tell me if you relate, this very strong November energies of a lot of purging, a lot of clearing, a lot of through that elevation in consciousness. So it's been pretty wild for me. It's been pretty wild, and so up until today, for the last, however it's been since I last brought you a video, I just haven't been able to do this. I've been going through. I'm just sharing what I'm going through because I'm just hoping that will serve those who are watching this. You know, I'm just showing up as me on my journey and hoping that what I share with you assists you too, and then what frequencies I bring through assist us all. So I've been going through very intense physical purges, not so much emotional, but really like a lot of like really deep cellular memory has been coming up to come out from many lifetimes ago. Really very uncomprehendable past life trauma, ancestral trauma. Maybe it's also collective. It's difficult to know exactly, but the real visceral and the somatic releases and sensations have been, for me, like nothing I've ever experienced before on this path, even though I've done a lot of trauma work, a lot of shadow work, a lot of inner healing, a lot of inner work for several years. So this has been a very challenging time for me. And of course, everything's always serving us. So I knew all throughout it that it was all coming up to come out. But when you're in the thick of it and you're in that intensity, it's to be honest, it's brought me to my knees a couple of times. And I've been, whoa, this is just, how can I get through this? How can I practice the self-care I need and keep showing up? I've been, the last couple of days especially, really being asked to up my self-care, really to take it to another level. And I'm pretty good at nurturing myself. I'm pretty good at honoring my needs and on all levels. But even the last few days, I've had to rest a lot more and ground a lot more, really drink a lot of water and connect. There's a beautiful, massive ancient oak tree that I go and say hello to every day. And I've just been placing my palms on this oak or my forehead and just resting on this oak and grounding and just feeling the connection to Mother Earth and just finding some stability and just talking to this beautiful oak tree every day and connecting with it and letting it hold space for me throughout all of this. And it's been doing a really good job. Thank you, oak. But I feel much better today. I feel much brighter. And this morning, as often I've noticed, I don't know if you've noticed, when you go through these waves of huge amount of purging, clearing of cellular density, it feels so like thick and dense and ugh. And then suddenly it lifts, and then suddenly the breakthrough does come. And every time there's this huge wave, this surge of like, it's like you've been battered by the storm, and suddenly you can just come up for air and just breathe and feel like, oh, okay, this is what it was about. And so when I was doing my spiritual practice this morning, it took it to a whole new level, my spiritual practice. When I started bringing through my light language, of course, I don't do it consciously. This just happens. It just comes through me spontaneously when I enter my heart. It's almost like my heart speaks the language. Today it took on a whole new level of very physically active and I just would say more free, more expressed. And so that was really fascinating to me. So I loved that, and it felt very dynamic, very strong in flow, and really just like, this is more of me essentially it just felt more of me is coming out, you know, of the density into the fullness of who I am, which is of course the process we're all going through as we ascend, as we awaken. And everyone has a different path, everyone has different gifts, and everyone experiences this a different way. For me, as a highly energetically sensitive being, I experience things, like so strongly physically. And because my voice is my healing instrument, I get a lot happen around the throat chakra. Actually, it's not just the throat. There's a lot. I'm getting a lot of third eye, throat, and sacral, particularly, activations, clearings. I get a lot of clicking and popping when I'm going to bring through more. When my voice is getting activated even more, I get a lot of clicking and popping going inside my head. Sometimes I think, can anyone hear what's going on inside my head? Because it's going crazy in there. It's just constant clicking, popping. And then, of course, when I'm in my practice, all sorts of somatic stuff around the jaw, lots of stuff around the tongue. I'll start wiggling my tongue. And I'm just sharing this because it's my personal journey, but I always wonder if anyone else is going through what I'm going through, or anyone else can relate. So if not, just, you know, leave it. But if this does serve you, and if you are going through anything similar to like this, you are not alone. I personally haven't ever spoken to anyone who's going through what I've been going through, but I trust them. I can't be the only one in the world who is. And so hopefully I've found it helpful when I've heard other people share experiences that I've been going through, or that I thought I was just going crazy, and then I hear someone else has, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not the only one. That makes sense now. So I'm hoping that will be the case for you if you're going through any of these experiences. You know, this journey of awakening, of embodied awakening, when we awaken through our physical vessel, where we bring our light into physical form and become more luminous, is intense. It's half of the physical body. And if you're here as a healer and a light worker, and you're on the front row, you might say, or the front lines, so you're doing a lot of energy work for the collective and for yourself, you know, it can take its physical toll, and the physical body, as we loosen up this density, can feel very, very hard to process, you know, on a physical level, to detox and to process, you know, release the physical trauma through somatic release. For me, I have to do a lot of dance, a lot of free movement, like really vigorous as well. I mean, I was a nutritionist for years, so I take care of my body with nutrition, and what that is for me might be different for you. For me, I do have to eat a lot of protein and a lot of vegetables, and, you know, really lay off sugars and things like that. Everyone's different, and everyone has to feel in what's right for them. Everything I share with you here, to be honest, I share what I'm going through, and to hope it supports you. But my intention really is that you tune into what you need, because part of this journey is really coming back into our self-sovereignty, into our own authority, into our own knowingness, into our truth of our bodies, of our hearts. And so I'm sharing all this, what's right for me, but, you know, be your own guru, be your own authority. And even with what I transmit through these videos, especially what I transmit, you know, tune in and see if this feels right for you. How do you know it feels right for you? Where does that feel in your body right for you? Going off on a bit of a tangent there, but that feels important to say, that for everything I bring through, it's really important for me that it's just a way of you becoming more you. So really becoming more naked, you could say, as your divine truth. Because what all this clearing of density is doing is just clearing the stuff that's not truly you, that is masking the wholeness of who you are. So all that stuff we're carrying, it's not really essentially ours. If you look at it from the highest perspective, we are pure essence of source, we are pure light. And then of course we come into this reality, and we have all this density, all our collective density. We have all the ancestral stuff, we have all our traumas and wounds and patterns and belief systems that we've picked up from others, that create this sort of mask, or this shell or like a dirty lens. And through doing this work, and from us all bringing more of our light through and going through this awakening process, we just become more divinely naked and able to be more in our pure essence. And so it can be quite hard work going through all the shadow work, the constant clearing, healing, but it's all serving a purpose, even the most challenging times. And my soul obviously chose a challenging path. Some people choose more paths of ease and flow and joy, and that's great too. I have those times too, but there has definitely been a lot of challenge on my path. For me to be able to bring through the light codes that I bring through has not been an easy journey at all, far from it. It's been my sort of gifts of healing through my voice those gifts have been coated with massive amounts of pain from other lifetimes, from persecution, and I'm still working through all of that. For me to show up and create videos like this actually takes a lot for me. I'm naturally an introvert. I don't naturally want to be on camera, but I have to do it. And the more I am able to just be in my essence and just share whatever wants to come through and take all ego out of the equation and trust that I am the vessel through which these unique gifts can express through me, and it is serving the highest good, that does light me up, and this is what I'm here for. And I encourage all of you who feel like you've got, we all have unique gifts to share, and each one is as important as the other. And so if you're watching and you're a sensitive sort of introvert, but you've got gifts you want to share with the world, trust that, and trust that there's no one who can bring what you bring. And it might feel really challenging and push you way beyond your comfort zone. But that's what we're here for. We're here because we chose to be here at this time. And there is a way of being you, fully you, and bringing your light to the world in your unique way. And so I encourage you onwards, basically. Encourage you onwards. So what else do I want to say? What wants to be shared? So yes, if you're sensitive, if you're empathic, if you're a light worker and you've been going through a lot of purging of cellular density of old traumas and patterns, I feel you, I'm with you, I'm going through it too. And the more icky it feels, I think the more then there's going to be a real breakthrough into more of your fullness. And I think these are really actually exciting times. I feel like November has been a massive month. We had a number of these activations at the beginning of the month. I think it was the 4th, there was that big influx and that blue light energy, those blue beings that I brought a transmission through. This activation, which was a very powerful activation. And then there's been a few more events through the month. And I feel like this is what this is purging about. Of course, the more light comes in, the more we purge out. It's the light influx that's causing the purge. So it's a really positive thing, really, even though it feels like shit, to be honest. So it's all good. It's all good. And I feel like we are really elevating more than ever before. I feel more, I'm connecting with more others who are kind of on this path, and it feels like we're this huge network of light around the planet, and we are causing massive waves, massive shifts, elevations in consciousness. So let's keep going. So I want to just see what wants to be shared to assist if you're going through purging or just on your awakening journey through the ups and downs, or if you just need support in bringing your gifts to the world to just be more you. I'll start to see if I'll do a transmission and see what comes through as I do the transmission, or what comes to me after I've done it, once I've tuned in. I'm just going to tune in now and bring forth something for my higher self and for the highest good of pure divine love. And may what I bring through really serve you. And I ask you to tune into your heart now and just be in your body, be in your heart, and ask yourself right now if you're ready to receive a transmission. Because you might not be, and that's absolutely fine. You might not have time, and if I do this, sometimes I'm watching a video and there'll be an activation or a healing, and I'll be eating breakfast, and I think, hang on a minute, this isn't the right time to do this. So I will pause and come back to it another time when I can sit and be present. And I would just ask you, rather than just, scrolling and, doing something in the background while you're doing something else, maybe that's not the best thing for these kinds of transmissions, because what I'm going to bring through now is quite potent. It's coming through me as a transmission that will affect your cells in some way. So if you're open to receive that, make a conscious decision to receive and set aside time to just be present. I mean, you don't have to be dramatic or anything. It's, just relax and be present in your heart. But I'd encourage you not to sort of drive, for example, or be doing something else while you're doing it. That's just what I would encourage you to do. Of course, you could do what you feels right for you, but just tune and ask, is this the right time for me to receive this? Okay, so now that's said, let's see what wants to come through to be shared. So I always come right into my heart. Feeling my feet on the ground, I feel the stability of my body. And I start swaying for some reason. I'm a swayer. Yarakoto ishe te grando utosha. Iterano usha. Ikana. Yaratoko yarakate isha. Iano. Yarakoto yarata ishe. Iarano koto irate. Irano to usha. Ikarato itirano. Okay, so I'm already feeling quite a lot of energy moving, transmuting. Yarakoto yarana ki ishe te karoto unia te karashato ko oto yarati ishe. Yata karato ishe. Yanakoto yarana. So I just feel like some just tuning up going on. She anakotoriana, she anakotoriana, she anakotoriana, she anakotoriana. Utikarashi, tigrado, to tiarate sha, igrato niata kana, utakrashi, igrato tukrashi. Yanando koto yarate ishe, igrato to yani, itigrana, 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 itigrana. Te yarata keshe, yanoto ile, igrato ini. Ika, 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 ika. Yano koto yarate isha no koto yarano to ishe. Yarakate yarado toto yarana. Isha, isha, isha. Yarakoto yanate te yaradate. Igaroto to yaran. Ite ishwit yeni takaroto isha. Yano koto yarana tikara shurikot utakarashe. Etakoro niate te yarano koto ishe. Nyano koto itekata. Tekaroto to shwit. Yano koto yarate ishwit. Yarakoto iranna, 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 witigrashi, ikerato to 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 to. She anakoto yarate ishe, ekoroto niata karania, otokarani tikish, ikranna, 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 otokrashi tikrani, put. Itagrata karanna, koto ishe tikrani tikero tut. She ekrata to koroni kati, ikrato to shut. Bitakarato ishkare nikate kono nikare nishkare nikate kate dish. Ikarate kera no koto ishata. Odi arakana nikaro niate erato koto ishwitikara nikate tikare noto ikete otakarashi koto niata te yana to koto ishkare niata otakarashi wit ikaraniti ikarata Igrata, 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 igrashput, hit, igrati, igratoto, tishata, katote, ke, igratoto, korotote, nishkar, niata, karatakra, ningoto, tekrishkar, niata, tata, autograshput, niakata. Iana koto iana, yashe, ikatira to unno, ishe, ike, igrato unno, ishe, igrato unno, ike, igrato to shput, iki, isha, kanu, to ita. Ia todo iana takar ashirkar onika tigrato to iara kati shkar unno to tiga shwa, ike. Iana kata iara ro kodo iara te shwi iana kati iara no to ishana. O takarasha tikari inni te ite igrato to ish. Tigrani. Yani. Ya to she yani ka to ya te rani sha ya no ko te rani sha. O tiara koto yara she ara koto yara ni she eke e toto rani tare koto ishaka ni. Toira te she ke te rano to she ya ni ya. Toya ni ya. Ni ya. O ya ni te rani she ya no. Te rani sha ni ya no. Ya ta korosha ni kadi iti rato ishputai ya no to sha. Yana te rani sha ni ya no. Ya ta korosha ni te karana. Oh. Ya te karashe e te karato toto ishe e karato akata ya no koto ira ni kiti te karato shputi te karata e niata i karato to koto te karani sha i karato to ishe i karato to niete kreni te kreni ya na to shani ya no ya na ta shani ta no ya na dara di sha no Iana koto iana i tērā no. Ike she tērā tō ishput. Iana kato i rana. Utukarashi iti kara tutu iti karani. Ia tā karo iana tā kara shwani te karo tō kere she te kara no tō kara she ano tō iana kati sha no tō iani. Aia tā kara she te kara anu tō kera she ana koto iana i te kara shwani te kere kono kata ni kata kera kate te karo te she te kere ni kare te koto i ere kere shkara ni kato to iara kare ishani. O koto ni kata iara toto ishwit te kara te kata iara toto ishwit. I kara nei kata iara toto iara she ana koto iara ni. O to kara shwit te kara toto i ni ta karo to shwit nia. Ia to ko iani te ke esha. Takata ato kota kate sha. Ika tata koto te sha. Ika tata koto to ishwit. Ia ta kara toto iani. Ika te ke ta kata iara koto o she te kara ni te. I koto iana na uto kara sha. Kia no kota iara ni she. I te kara to ono to ishe. Shano. Ika no. Yane o Yane o Yani kato shani tara no koto ele te yashwariana katisha. Ya to koro i tikara she tikara no to oshwi tikara ni kato tikara tikaro to yara katashe. Ikara to no koto i tikara te she na koto yara to yara she. Ikara toto I rakatoto yara te kara she. Ikatia no koto ishe. Ikara to I tikara to she. Utokara tikara toto yara katish tikara kitikoto ki. Ikara ta anyakato yara nakato tikara she. Ikara toto I tikara no oto tiki tika tushwi tikara ni I. Akoto yara te she. Otokarani. Katakara ishtukotokani katakani yato koto she. Iato ayana katirato ishwayana kati irani. Ishe. Oikati karato inni taira koto ishe. Yana koto ish. Oyana kati. Otigrasha. Uyate grash itigrani itigroni ikaya teshe. I'm really feeling it. It's all up here, and I was doing a lot of clearing through the third eye area, throat. And now I'm feeling really deep earth energy, really deep grounding. Yarakoto yarashe tigranoto ishe. Yanokoto yarashe onokote eranitish. Clearing of the root. Yatakarashe tigranoto karashe tigra and lower chakras through the legs. She yarakoto yani. Can't see you, but I'm doing a lot of work down here. Odegarashe tigranoto ishe ikete te eteranoto ishete. Down both legs. Yarakoto yarashe nakoto yarani ishe koto yarate koto tigrashi tigrani otogarashini isha. Igrato toto tika takarato isha no koto irakate igrato niakata yanakoto isha ika koto gratikarato etigratish otokaratikarato grish. Iana koto iratish ekaroto nyata erakoto ishe kanondo koto irakate tikato karashit ningato nyata koto ishe igrana koto I dakaroto nigata kan koto tikrish nukoto utkore itikato ishe. Always so much more comes through than I expect. It's so funny. I show up and think, oh, is anything going to come through today? And then it does. So I'm hoping you're experiencing some benefit from this and some support. There's a lot always going on around here. I know that I can only speak for myself, my particular light codes, let's say, or expression, my light language is particularly cleansing. I remove a lot of lower vibrational energies, let's say, sticky stuff, gunky stuff out of alignment, interference, distortion. Diani, removal of toxicity of all forms. But yeah, it can be a lot more. Okay, solar plexus. I'm sort of this is kind of almost like a psychic surgery that when I do this. So let's see if you notice anything being removed from your solar plexus, any cords or attachments, programs. Yana katirato ishe ketera noto ishe ikatata karoto etigrato ishe igratoto irate granitikra ishe etigrato uto itigreshe igrato utokoro itigrashe igratoto ianakata iyakano ika utoka isheke oya nigasha ika ishe. Okay, so that felt like quite a powerful clearing around the solar plexus. See how that feels for you. Yatekarashe, yakarakarashe, karoto, yatekarashe, tikanokoto, itekarani ishe, ikaratoto ishe, ikaranoto, ianakata ishe, throat. Iana koto ira deshe, karoto tigrashe, tigrano koto deshe. Iana katera neshe, koto itigrashe, iano koto irakana. Iare kata koto ishe katano koto tukera kate ishe katani yakatani ata koto itigrashe, tigrani kate era koto tigrati keshe, ekereke e. Onni ata karashwari kare inikate e. Oda kai era kai te era to ishe kata ni ato ko te karashe te o to koro to kani she kato te ara ni ke ishe hia koto yara te ishe ya no koto yara ni ishe ia na ni ana koto yara te ishe da karo ni ata kreshe karo to te kana kata ishe ni na koto yara te ra no ishe kara ta ria na koto te karashe te karo no koto to o te ishe ikara te e ni ato ya nita Yanata isha, uno, igrate eniata, o she. Feeling really deep compassion, feeling really deep in my heart right now. That's another thing that's been happening to me, well, for a long time, but this last month, this particular amount of heart opening as well. Clearing of the higher, particularly the activation, clearing of the higher heart space. Yanitaro no she ke tera no she. Yato karani tigrashe. She ano kotoriana. E tarato koriani she ana. I tarano koto ishe katano koto itigrashini. Okay, I'm feeling a lot of the clicking and popping coming through my head now. Yata koto iana kati ishe ni karoto irani ana. Yakatani ana to ishe. Ikerado to irana. Itigrato to ishwe kirana koto iana. I keep thinking I'm going to draw this to a close, but obviously a lot wants to actually be transmitted today. So I'm really hoping this is serving you and you're experiencing what you need from this. That is my intention and my prayer. Kiano koto yarashe katania. Kiano koto yana. Some of this feels like it's like I just heard like a breaking down of tribal warfare. That's what I heard. And I always have to trust what I hear because often it is totally like not logical. But sometimes the work I do does work on really deep levels, like old programs, collective programs and stuff like so, and grid work and things. So this feels like it's kind of almost like dislodging those old structures, those old programs based on that tribal warfare and that like oppositional energy, that war mentality, that war energy that is breaking down, even though it's not looking like it's breaking down in the collective. It looks like the opposite, but actually, you know, there is a purging maybe of this war energy and this breakdown of this old systems and control based energy, which we know is all happening. That's interesting. So I wonder what's happening at deeper levels. Maybe please share with me in the comments if you wish to anything you're experiencing here. I'd really appreciate your feedback and your comments if that feels right for you. So still clearing going on. So I know this is going on quite a long time. So thank you for still being with me. If you're still here, this is actually a bigger sort of clearing and whatever this is doing more than I realized, but I'll go with it. Let's see what else wants to come through. This wants to be tied up. Yana kato yaranisha. Yana koto yarashe. Yeah, we are breaking down systems. As I speak this, it is breaking down within our systems, these systems. So it's liberating. Oh, okay, feeling a lot now. I don't know if you can feel that. I'm getting so massive full body shivers now. Whereas we're breaking down the old systems. And that starts within ourselves, within our chakra system, within our energy fields, as we break free of these systems, constraints based on control. And we are really breaking free now. Okay, I'm feeling like the effects of Saturn. So that resonates with anyone working with Saturn energy. And I don't like this. I'm not going to say anything about that, because the Saturn energy is, I think, is quite distorted. A lot of people have really strong stereotypes about Saturn. You know, it's the what do they say? Lord of Karma, something like that. And restriction and constraint, which is maybe it's part of that. So maybe this part of what we're breaking free from is that kind of energy of control, of constraint. Definitely feel we are breaking through from that kind of energy. But let's see what this is about. Yana kato yarati she katoto iana koto isha. Yana koto yana. Try and bring my mind out of it, because I try and interpret this, and I know that I can't do that with my mind, really. I just have to express and trust what's coming through it's not logical or linear. Yana katera to ishe ketera no to ishe ketera te itigrasha unyakate she iano. Iada koto yana katera koto ishe tikara no to ishe karoto ni tikara shwan ikani tikara ni tikara no koto she ikana. Yana katera no to she yana ne takara no to she ano. Hitakana na koto yara te she na koto yara ni te she ano. Yana katera no koto she ano. Yana koto rana she ano. Yana tana yana koto ish. Yana koto rana she ano. Tira ne te yana koto rana she ano. Yana katera no to kana she ano. O yane o yane she. Yana katera no. Yana katera no. Ishano, ishano, ishano. That's interesting. Yana kana tora she ano. Yana karana to she ano te yana kateya. Yono korana kateya sho. Yana nana o niana. Sheana katera no sheano. Yakoto yara she. Yana katora na sheano. Sheano. Yana katora na sheano. Now I'm feeling a deep sense of peace. There's been some resolution here. Hopefully you feel that within yourselves. That you've let go of some kind of constraint pattern, some kind of control. Some structure that is not yours to hold in your system any longer. Okay, I think we're winding up here. Gosh, I don't even know, the time's flown. I don't even know how long this video has been. I don't know what time I started, but thank you for being with me. If you're still with me, I appreciate you staying this long. I never know how these things go. I came on here thinking, oh, this will probably be, a 10-minute video. Oh dear. So thank you for being here and letting me share my voice with you. Let me share my frequency with you, or frequencies, because there was quite a few different elements came in today. I haven't had any feeling about any beings I'm working with or any aspects, so I'm just going to keep that open until once I tune in to title this video. Sometimes I get it come in then what wants to be said for the title and the description, so look out for that. I trust this really serves you and helps you become more you, more empowered, more in your sovereignty, empowerment, freedom, your shining light. It is an honor to share my gifts, which I'm sure is quite out there for a lot of people. So if you're here watching and you're receptive to this, I really appreciate that, and appreciate that you're watching me without judgment, and that you truly receive the highest good that is for you to receive. And yeah, it's always amazing to me what comes through, and I just wish you a beautiful day or night wherever you are. Please like, comment, subscribe if that feels resonant for you, if you'd like more of these transmissions. God, I'm still swaying. And I appreciate you being here. I appreciate all your support. And if you are interested in working with me at a deeper level or experiencing more of this on a regular basis, I do have a weekly free meditation every Tuesday on Zoom, which starts with a 20-minute sort of meditative practice where I guide you through sort of really embodiment and grounding practices to center in your heart coherence. And then I do a sort of short light language transmission for whatever the group needs, and that's completely complimentary, and the details will be below if that's something that you feel would support you. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next transmission, which will hopefully be a bit sooner than the last one. Thanks for being here. Wishing you well. Lots of love to all of you. Much love. Bye.